Well, many companies are realizing that working from home, or at least being more flexible with work arrangements, is a longer-term consideration and will continue long after COVID-19. Researchers into the workplace of the future have released a big study of the key ingredients for what they call healthy hybrid teams. Our resident futurist, Graeme Codrington, joins us now. Graeme, firstly, what's a hybrid workplace? Is it where some of us work and some of us don't?
If only that were true, Stephen. No, a hybrid workplace is where some of your team come into the office and are working in the way we used to work, I suppose, and others are remote. At the moment, most people have been remote. And I don't think enough companies have started to think yet about what it looks like when you've got a bit of a half and half environment, where some people are virtual, some people are at the office, and there's a lot more flexibility. And what the research is showing is very interesting. Long before COVID, some companies were doing this. So a company called WordPress that runs a lot of the world's websites has got thousands of employees and never had an office at all. And the CEO, Matt Mullenweg, has built a model of levels of autonomy around working with virtual teams. But then a professor at Wharton, Professor Nicholas Bloom, has done research into the flexibility of being more hybrid. Some people at home, some people working from anywhere, some people at the office. And it's fascinating to see what the research is showing makes a healthy hybrid team. And I think a lot of us are going to have to think about this.
I mean, so what makes us work well if we're going to do it like this? I mean, do you need to change who comes into the office, or almost said into work, who comes into the office and who stays at home on a regular basis? Do you need to have a sort of movement of teams so that people in the team will all see each other, say, over a week or over a month?
You know, I think what the research is showing is that there isn't a single or simple answer to that. There are obviously some people who don't have the option of flexibility. So we can put those people to the side. You know, if you're the security guard at the front door, you can't do that remotely. Well, I suppose you could if it's camera-based in a digital system. But we understand that there are some people who can't work remotely. But for those who can, it's actually not about how many times you come into the office, how many hours you work. It's about 5 simple ingredients, I think, and I think this will make sense to everybody. It's a really nice piece of research. You've got to create a sense of belonging, sense that people are connected and part of the team or the family, the tribe, whatever word works there. A sense of mastery, so people have got to know what's my contribution and am I confident and competent, I suppose, to deliver that. A sense of autonomy, that you trust that I have independence and agency to be able to get on to do my job. The fourth aspect is a sense of generosity, which is really about caring and empathy with each other, and also our spirit of generosity towards others. So it's not just a every person for themselves environment. And then the final piece is one that would be very familiar to people, and that is a continued sense of purpose. You know, are we making a difference? Am I making a difference in the world around me? I think what the research is showing, Steve, particularly is that you might have been getting all of those ingredients right in the physical workspace a year or so ago. You can't just take what you were doing in the physical space and simply duplicate it in the digital world. You're doing team meetings on a Monday morning, for example. You can't just replace that with a Zoom meeting on a Monday morning. The digital world and the physical world need different approaches. And companies are going to have to be thinking about getting this right over the next few months.
Graeme Codrington, the futurist from Tomorrow Today Global. Thanks very much indeed. Really do appreciate it. Plenty coming up in the next little while, including the latest from the sports field with Graeme Codrington. Stay with us.